Hi everybody, welcome to this Wall Street News. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, U.S. retail sales in June were almost unchanged from the previous month, better than expectations of a 0.3% decrease. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, U.S. import prices were flat in June, month-over-month, higher than market forecasts of a 0.2% drop. U.S. housing starts, a measure of new residential construction, rose 3% to 1,353,000 in June, above market expectations of 1.3 million. According to the Federal Reserve Board, U.S. industrial production rose 0.6% in June. Atlanta Fed GDPNow estimates U.S. real GDP growth at 2.7% for the second quarter 2024. 10-year Treasury yield falls to 4.17% as recent economic data signal the U.S. economy is cooling off. U.S. stocks mixed on Wednesday. The Dow Jones Industrial Average closed above 41,000 for the first time, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq tumbled 2.77%. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, U.S. retail sales in June were almost unchanged from the previous month, better than expectations of a 0.3% decrease, up 2.3% year-over-year. The reading in May was revised up from 0.1% to 0.3%. Sales at gasoline stations fell 3%, sales at motor vehicles and parts dealers declined 2%, while online store sales rose 1.9% in June. According to the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics, U.S. import prices were flat in June from the previous month and rose 1.6% on a yearly basis. Import fuel prices declined 1%, while prices for non-fuel imports increased 0.2% in June. According to the U.S. Census Bureau, U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, U.S. housing starts, a measure of new residential construction, increased 3% from the previous month to 1,353,000 in June. Building permits, a key indicator of market demand, rose 3.4% month-over-month to 1,446,000, above market expectations of 1.4 million. According to the Federal Reserve Board, U.S. industrial production rose 0.6% in June on a monthly basis. The Federal Reserve said, quote, most major market groups posted gains in June. The index for consumer goods stepped up 1% with increases in the indexes for most of its components, end quote. Manufacturing output rose 0.4% from a month ago and up 1.1% year-over-year. In addition, the output of utilities increased 2.8% in June. According to the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta, GDPNow estimates U.S. real GDP growth at 2.7% for the second quarter 2024, updated based on the U.S. retail sales, housing starts, as well as the industrial production. The Federal Reserve released the latest Beige Book on Wednesday, said, quote, economic activity maintained a slight to modest pace of growth in a majority of districts this reporting cycle. However, while 7 districts reported some level of increase in activity, 5 noted flatter declining activity. On balance, employment rose at a slight pace in the most recent reporting period. Most districts reported employment was flat or up slightly, while a few districts reported modest employment growth. When it comes to prices, the Beige Book said, quote, prices increased at a modest pace overall, with a couple districts noting only slight increases. 10-year Treasury yield fell from 4.3% to 4.2% right after the lower than expected CPI numbers on last Thursday. Then the yield is hovering around 4.21% despite the PPI data rising slightly higher than expected. After higher than expected U.S. retail sales and U.S. import prices, the yield suddenly jumped, but it falls further because recent economic data signal the U.S. economy is cooling. For the U.S. stocks, the Dow Jones Industrial Average rose 0.59% to a fresh record high, while the tech-heavy Nasdaq tumbled 2.77%. S&P 500 fell 1.39%. Okay, this is the end of today's news. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.